Video. Um, Vaterra Ascender this time. Back to a little bit of the crawler world. We're just gonna do a little review on it. It's been a recent release from Vaterra. I can see on the camera right now there's some pretty bad frame lag. Sorry about that. Don't know what's going on. And I thought I had to do a little update to this truck because I've had it for a little bit and it's quite the truck, I must say. I didn't expect this purchase, but for the price it was very enticing considering SCX 10.2 TRX4, which you guys know I have a TRX4. And just the other competition on the market. I was looking for something fun and easy that I could get on the trails with, and I didn't want to go with Traxxas again because I'd like something a little different. I'd also like a 10.2, but this caught my eye because I like Chevy, and it's a Suburban. It's pretty cool. As you can see, it's a little bit different than stock, and we're going to discuss a little bit about that. But first of all, what comes in the box? And by the box, this is the box. Pretty neat, cool box. Shows it crawling there a little bit. You can see my stock tires there. Remote. Not the expected remote. I thought it was going to come with a Spectrum. It didn't, but that is okay. Frankly, this remote I think is a little nicer because it has throttle trim, steering trim dual rates, throttle trim and steering trim, and some reversers. It has more features, but it is not up to par with the Spectrum remote. It looks kind of, you know, $279-ish, not $400-ish, but the remote is not the biggest deal to me as long as it does what it's supposed to, and I do not like the new Spectrum remote. The DX2E, they have ruined it. In my opinion, it is now a cheap kind of dumpy radio where it used to have a foam grip and nice decals on it. It doesn't anymore, but that's not what this video is about. Comes with, you know, tool. Don't know what this thing is. I think it has to do something with the body. A kind of a, you know, a bind plug. Another little, oh, that's actually in the battery tray when you get it. There's some spacers there, a servo horn, some other Allens, and the typical Ascender stuff, owner's manual, and sticker sheet. That's pretty much all you get in the box. You do get batteries for the radio. You don't get a battery with the truck, which most crawler guys and RC guys out there already have a crawler battery or a battery for their RC, so that is part of the reason the cost is so low. I had this thing bone stock out at our local trail called Red Granite. It's a big quarry with lots of cool crawling stuff at it. And this thing for a stock truck, I was very, very impressed. Very impressed. The Ascender I don't think is a bad vehicle by any means. I'm not sure what everybody else hears out there, but with some simple mods out of the box, some wheels and tires, this thing, I haven't even driven it with these new wheels and tires yet, but like bone stock, I had tons of fun. Tons of fun. It was great, and it hold its own. I would call this truck the out-of-the-box beast because it did things that it shouldn't have been able to do out of the box. Now, considering you do just a tiny bit of upgrades like what I did, and this thing I can't wait to take again. So it's, I'm not sure the wheelbase, but it's got a longer wheelbase, I think. As you can see, these are Gmade plastic bead locks with, actually there is metal lead weight around the inside of the bead locks, so it makes them a lot heavier than just plastic. These are RC four-wheel drive, really, really unbelievably soft tires. These are the Scramblers, RC four-wheel drive Scramblers, and you can just see they are grip to the max, which is what you probably want. As you can see, those are brand new too. But some other mods, as you can see, I put some mirrors on there, some door handles, Chevrolet sticker to cover up a little bit of paint damage that I did, some tools, and this does come factory with lights on it, and I added my own touch of lights. I will have to show you that. Also, got a little for sale sign, kind of cool, and a gas can on back. And as you can see, I punched through the body and put some lights there. So, out of the box, amazing truck, but simple mods you have to do right when you take a truck like this out of the box. There are going to be spacers right on the shock shaft that limit the suspension travel. Cut them both off. There's 2 of them, and they do it so the tire does not rub on the body, but then raise the body 1 to 2 notches and put some better tires on it, and that way you get full articulation. And that is my ramp travel index right there. Go on the back right before that tire lifts off the ground. That's pretty impressive. And some of you might say, oh, this isn't very scale. It looks cool, and I think it does good enough. So that's also a nice thing. Body lines, obviously Sharpied, and not the best job, as you can see, but that is another mod. Another thing I did is my friend gave me an Axial steering wheel he had laying around, and I did some Sharpie work on that and got that spiffied up, and I just taped it in there just to, you know, give it a little bit of a cool look there. 2075X servo laying around, use that because stock one is garbage. Took all the oil out of the shocks. The shocks, I think, are too slow, and they don't react to bumps on any ready-to-run or kit crawler. I don't think the shock oil is appropriate. I took it out of my TRX4, I took it out of this, and I'm pretty sure I would empty it out of an SCX10 as well, because you want the travel. You want that kind of speedy travel from different changes in the terrain. Why? I don't understand why we all want, you know, like, very limited and very slow suspension. So, a couple mods out of the box: raising the body up, getting rid of the oil, cutting out the spacers, adjusting the shocks to compensate for the torque steer. But beyond that, with no money spent, you can have a really good performing crawler. This may not be a competition crawler, but it's just cool, and it's something I can slap down and go on the trail. On that note, these may be plastic links down here, but they are strong. They are, like, really strong. I don't know if there's metal inside them, but, like, for plastic links, they aren't like the original SCX10 plastic links where they just bend all over. These things are good plastic links. I see no need to put metal on there, and it does come factory with metal steering links, which is important. Beefed up drive shafts from the old Ascender. I had a K5 a while back. You've probably seen that on my channel. I snapped a pinion or a ring gear inside the pumpkin here, and I twisted the drive shafts, and I got the upgraded ones, and this one comes factory with the big thick drive shafts, which is really nice. Another thing we can see, and I will take the body off, and we will talk about what's under there. Body off. Another real thing is this is the first Ascender vehicle in the Vaterra lineup that I have seen that accepts a full-size battery. I don't know why we couldn't go with this design to begin with. I think a lot of guys, that's one of the reasons they were discouraged from this vehicle. There's 2 reasons, I think. One of them was non-full-size battery tray. And granted, I had no problem running 3-cell 2200s for over an hour and a half on the trail with the original one mounted to the front axle and the links and stuff. But this is a full-size 5000 battery. Really appreciate that. Other than that, got gear cover, transmission, motor, simple stuff. Not exactly sure what the gears are in here. I don't know if they're metal or plastic or both. But they seem to work okay. I have had no problems yet, but who knows what the future may hold. Typical ESC, I think I've seen this one before. Receiver box is back here. But the nice thing is this gets all the weight over the front. On top of these metal weighted bead locks, the truck, I think, is actually going to be very capable. Unfortunately, with the competition coming as Red Cat comes out with their Gen 8, and other competition comes in, I think Vaterra is losing a little bit right now, but I cannot deny the truck is really amazing for what it is. I just wanted something different, and it was cheap, and with a few simple things, it works really well, really well. So you probably wonder what that clip is there for, and that would be for the lights I have modded into this thing. That is a clip, so the wire on the inside of the body, since the only factory lights it comes with is the front headlights and these blinker / running lights up front, and those ones are orange. But I will plug in the lights and I will show you the mod I did for my lights. First of all is the body, you know, and there's my timber. You know, the body is much less green than you see it in the video. I don't know what the reason is for that, but there is the wheel and some windshield wipers. So yeah, let's take a look at and see what I did. Alright, here we are. Here is my version. So stock, this truck comes with 2 very bright front LEDs and some side marker lights, but as you can see, I have naturally some rock lights, some nice interior illumination, and some tail lights, very bright tail lights back there. Real happy with what I did here, and again, the scale guys are gonna be angry, but that's not the point of this truck. I think it's scale enough, and I just wanted to add some factory pizzazz, as you could call it. So it is lights just nicely taped up there, but as you can see, there is the axial wheel in there, there's the battery, transmission, everything you can see in there, rear lights with all the tape and stuff. But on the trail, as you can see, that has a pattern to it. And that pattern is basically the rock lights that you could install on the TRX4. So now I have an ultimate nighttime driving machine that I can crawl at night and not have to worry too much about not seeing how to get back from the trail. But yeah, just a simple mod. I think it's a $10 little light kit that gets you 4 LEDs and 2 rear LEDs, and it's all this truck needed with a Y harness, and this thing lights up. Really cool. Really, really cool. Can't wait to try it out on the trail. I guess coming to the end, though, I guess I wouldn't call this a review. I would just call this a ramble about the new truck, but definitely worth checking out. Even with the current competition, $450 for a TRX4. If you just want a simple truck that gets you into crawling for a decent price, Red Cat has got their Gen 8 coming, but I'm not sure. You know, we'll see what people say about that. I hope it's a good truck. I hope it doesn't have any fatal flaws. But this truck, the Ascender platform, has definitely been proven over and over again. I think in some ways this truck is better than the SCX-10 too. I mean, just by the way it performed out of the box was quite amazing. So, I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not sure. But I think with the simple upgrades, it's definitely got the smallest pumpkin in its class compared to TRX4 and SCX-10 too. And it's definitely got some unique features to the truck that just make it a a one and all go-to truck for just slapping it down and having fun. So yeah, that's a look at the new Ascender, the Suburban. I think they've done a great job at it, keeping the price nice and low. You can take it whichever direction you want, and that's all up to you, but definitely check it out. Let me know what you think. Let me know what else you want to see. Let me know any questions you have, and I can try to answer them for you. But, oh, I just remembered one thing you're probably wondering: stock tires. Again, like I said, for out-of-the-box truck, I was mildly impressed. Some people think they suck, and they may. They are very hard foam. But for the stock truck this is, I think the tread design actually did really decent. If these had small, softer foams in them, I think these tires would be actually really good performance. But definitely worth looking into upgrading, considering this tire compound is super sticky, super pliable, and anything from RC four-wheel drive, Pro Line, you name it, whatever tire company you want to go with out there is definitely probably going to be an improvement over stock. But yeah, that's about all. We'll probably talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.